Hi everyone, hope you are doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now today is the second day of mass action in this country, and in this mass action, it is not only just the common mwananchi who is demonstrating on the street. The reality is that even pastors, bishops, reverends are joining this mass action. It's like everyone is speaking to William Samoei Ruto, the Kenya Kwanza government, and the cabinet at large. It is time now they listen. Yesterday we saw a group of bishops, and this one mainly from Catholic Church, coming out in a press statement to say the same thing Kenyans are saying to William Samoei Ruto. And in their press briefing, they are saying that Finance Act has placed an unsustainable burden to low-income Kenyans. Because of this, it is high time that Ruto has to repeal the Finance Act. Then number two, come out with another one which is within the context of the current economic situation we are in now. In this way, the man of God knows that that's how you can sort out the issue of mass action in this country. So instead of, if Ruto was right, they would come out and tell Kenyans to stop mass action. But you see, they're coming out and telling William Ruto, dealing with the problem that has made Kenyans to go on the street. It is all about economy. It is all about what is in your Finance Act. That act is poisonous, especially for the low-income Kenyans.
Dear Kenyans, we do realize that part of the disappointment and disillusionment of Kenyans that is leading to the grave agitation and anger is a severe economic distress. The high cost of living has created a burden on individuals and families, making it difficult for them to meet their basic needs and maintain a decent standard of living. We realize that many are struggling to afford essential goods and services, to secure stable employment, or are facing financial hardships that affect education and healthcare access. Within this background, the recently enacted Finance Act places an unsustainable burden on already distressed citizens, especially those within the low-income bracket. We, therefore, ask the President to repeal the Finance Act and institute a process that will seek to achieve the same goals within the context of the current economic context.
Now we are continuing with this punchline discussion, but just a quick request for those who are watching and you have not subscribed, please consider subscribing. To our returning subscribers, I must say thank you so much, and again to all our viewers, please give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much, and back to this discussion. Now, the Kenya Kwanza side had tried by every means possible to pin this mass action to look like it is the Azimio mass action. They go further to reduce it to look like it is Raila Odinga's mass action. And for the worst, they go to reduce it to look like it is Luo Nyanza mass action. My friend, kila kitu imekataa. That direction, no one is buying into that. And the Kenyans disapproved this point totally. Because Kisi responded. As we are speaking now, yesterday, if you go to Lower Eastern, hiyo ni Ukambani, there is massive mass action taking place there. It is massive. People have become resilient. They are on the street. They are speaking their mind. So the campus are on street. You go to Coast, it is same. In Western, there was demonstration. I will bring it here. You go to Mount Kenya, it is same. So this lie cannot be sustained. You try to reduce it to Azimio not working, unless if you are confirming the reality or the truth that people have already known, that Azimio got votes across the country. So when you want to say it's Azimio, okay, you are still okay, because Azimio means it's the country. Because Azimio had votes in Mount Kenya. They had votes in Western. They had good number of votes in Eastern. They had votes in Coast, in Turkana, in Nyanza itself, across the country. So if you say Azimio mass action, then it is still the same thing you're saying that it is Kenyans mass action. Because Azimio is not Nyanza, it is not Raila. Azimio was across, even up to Rift Valley. We have seen Nakuru, where police officers have been defeated. They can't handle the situation. Even members of parliament with their properties vandalized. Sasa huko tutasema ni nini? So with all this, the country is in mass action everywhere. So the issue of reducing it, Raila Odinga, it has been stopped completely. Now, bishops are coming in. The church is here. And I have seen so many men of God speaking to this. And they are continuing to bring out this message to the people. With this, when there is mass action, then they are coming out to tell the president, listen, here is the problem. This is what has made people to be on the street. You sort out this problem and everything will be on order. So even the men of cloth are joining this mass action. If there was no reason for people to be on the street, they will be asking the people to be back in their homes. They will be appealing to the people, rudi nyumbani jameni. Lakini wanaambia Ruto, shida yenye nafanya watu wakuwe kwa barabara ni hiyo Finance Act. That's the poison. Deal with the poison. Bring something that is resonating with the current economic situation we are in now. Something that is going to favor the rich, the poor, and the middle class. But with this thing, we know the person who is going to suffer the most, it is the middle class and the poor. Hawana mtu wa kuwatetea. Sababu hata wale watu wako juu, wako na biashara kubwa, hata wakikata bado kuna wale wako na mshahara kubwa wataendelea tu. So the church is joining mass action. They have a message to the president. Huwezi kuwa unasign tu vitu zinakuja hapo unasign, then you think that everything is going to be okay and everyone is going to realign with what you are doing. So, if Ruto said he came to power through the church, he was the candidate of the church. And indeed he is in power. Now the president. The church is also speaking to him. So if we respect the church, the same way he was doing during campaign, let him come out and listen to the men of God. To assume Ruto amekataa kusikiza Raila, Ruto amekataa kusikiza team Azimio yote akina Eugene na makina Martha Karua. Tena tu assume Ruto amekataa kusikiza wale watu wenye walipigia Azimio kura. Na pia tu assume ya kwamba Ruto amekataa kusikiza sauti ya mnyonge Mkenya. Sasa siasikie tu ya pastor sababu yeye anasema yeye ni mtu wa kanisa. Now the church is speaking. Why can't he listen to the church? If indeed he is a man of God, he is a God-fearing person, he was a candidate of the church. Ile Gachagua anatuambianga at least for the first time the Church of Christ had a candidate. Sasa hiyo Christ yake na church. The church is here speaking. Let Ruto listen to the church. Because it cannot be that just like everyone is in demonstration, then the church is joining this demonstration and you are still silent. If you are silent, it means you are on your own. Everyone is not with you. The only individuals who are close to you, there are those whom you have appointed to your government, there are those who are benefiting from this government. Wale wako na tenda, wale wako na kazi, ndio wako na wewe. Watakudanganya kila kitu iko sawa when everything is too bad. So the church is distancing themselves from William Ruto. Hawako na wewe. The church is saying no, sort out the problem. We are not, hatukubali kuendelea, hatuendelei hivi. Hatutaendelea hivi. Sort out the problem. And what is the problem? The problem is in your finance bill. Go and repeal it. Start afresh. So, William Ruto is under siege from Azimio, wameweka pale. We come to Kenyans, then we come to the church. And even his own people. is a man under siege. We go to the judiciary, imesema ngoja kwanza hii mambo isikize. Sasa wametengeneza ile wametengeneza a bench of judges wanaenda kusikiza hii kesi. Hawa majaji pia waangalie huko nje. If everyone is saying, you know, including the church, then they go ahead and do the opposite. This country is going to totally lose trust in judiciary. Completely. Because everyone is on the street and they know the pain that is coming with this finance bill. If there are things that are against the law, please let there be justice. So koti iko hapa haiko na Ruto. Wananchi hawako na Ruto. Wale wachungaji na kanisa haiko na Ruto. Ruto ako tuna wale watu ambao amechagua kwa serikali yake wenye wako na yeye. So he must choose where to listen and whom to listen to. Will he listen to Kenyans or the beneficiaries around him? That's the very decision he has to make. Otherwise, this is a man under siege. State House is under siege. Executive is under siege. And it is people who have put it in that situation.